Have you ever felt nervous at an airport? Maybe the announcements were too fast, maybe the staff spoke quickly, or maybe you thought, what do I say now?
Oh, yes. Airports can feel like another planet. Different rules, different sounds, and a lot of English that feels new.
But today, we're going to make everything simple, clear, and easy to understand.
Welcome back to the Mr. Fluent Podcast, where we help you speak English from the heart.
I'm Mary.
And I'm John.
John, I have a small confession. My first time traveling alone, I didn't understand the announcement. They called now boarding Group B, but I had no idea what Group B meant. So I just stood there, holding my ticket, frozen.
Oh no. So what happened?
A kind woman looked at my ticket and said, "Sweetheart, that's you." And I ran like it was an action movie.
I can totally imagine that. And yes, airport English can be confusing. That's why this episode exists, to help you, our listener, feel confident every step of the way. Let's begin at the check-in counter. The first real conversation at the airport.
We'll teach you phrases you will actually use. Short answers, clear questions, real conversations. Good morning. May I see your passport and ticket?
Sure, here you go.
Do you have any bags to check in?
Yes, just this one.
Did you pack your bag yourself?
Yes, I did.
Any liquids or electronics inside?
Just a laptop.
Did you hear that? The answers are simple, short, stress-free. You don't need big sentences, just clarity.
Here you go. Just this one. Yes, I did.
Security can feel serious, but the English is usually very simple. Please place your bag on the belt.
Okay.
Take off your shoes and belt.
Sure.
Any liquids or sharp objects?
No, none.
And if you don't understand something, don't panic. Just say, "Sorry, could you repeat that?"
One simple sentence. It can save your whole day. You've passed security, you can breathe again, and now you need to find your gate. Excuse me, where is gate 22?
It's down this hall, then turn left.
Thank you.
Now boarding rows 20 to 30.
That's me. If you're not sure, ask. Is it time for me to board? Simple, clear, confident.
Once you're on the plane, the conversations become even simpler.
Would you like something to drink?
Yes, water, please.
Chicken or vegetarian?
Vegetarian, please.
See? Simple choices, simple answers. You're doing great.
You've landed. Now comes immigration. Take a breath. You've got this.
What's the purpose of your visit?
Tourism.
How long will you stay?
2 weeks.
Where will you stay?
At a hotel in Manhattan.
If you forget a word or you feel nervous, just say, "I'm sorry, I'm learning English." People respect honesty, and they will help you.
Your practice plan for today is simple. 1. Listen again. 2. Repeat the short answers out loud. 3. Record yourself. 4. Use these phrases when you travel.
You don't need perfect English to travel. You just need courage and a few powerful phrases.
You know, John, every time I'm at an airport, I'm always double-checking everything. My passport, my gate number, even my phone battery.
Oh, same here. I'm always checking the screen to make sure my flight isn't changing gates. Because airports love doing that, changing gates when you're not looking.
Exactly. And learners always ask us, "What do I say if the gate is changing?" Easy. You just walk up to a staff member and say, "Hi, is the gate still the same?"
Yes, short, clear, stress-free.
Let me give you a situation. Imagine you're at home, you're packing your bag, and suddenly you realize, "Oh no, I'm forgetting something."
Which is always me. I'm always forgetting my charger. So now I just pack two.
Good idea. But at the airport, if you forgot something, people usually say, I left it at home, or I forgot it in my bag.
And if you're looking for something at the airport, you can say, I'm looking for the pharmacy. I'm looking for the currency exchange.
Yes! Using I'm looking for is one of the easiest ways to ask for help.
Let me tell you a quick story. One time, I was walking to my gate. I was listening to music. I was enjoying my coffee, and I didn't hear the announcement.
Oh no, classic.
When I finally checked the screen, my flight was boarding already. So I ended up running through the terminal like a slow-motion movie scene.
Every airport has one person running, and it's always us.
Yes. So if a learner is in that situation and they want to ask staff, they can say, is my flight boarding now? Or am I late for boarding?
Both are perfect, short and useful. Most of airport life is waiting. Waiting for check-in, waiting for security, waiting for boarding, waiting for luggage.
Yes. And while you're waiting, you might want to ask for information, like how long is the wait? Or are you still boarding? Or my favorite, is this the line for security?
Oh yes, that one is a lifesaver. I'm waiting in the right line, right? That's what I always want to know.
Same. Airports have too many lines.
Okay, new situation. Imagine you're standing in line. You're holding your passport, and suddenly the staff says something you don't understand.
It happens. A lot.
Here's what you say, calmly. I'm sorry, I didn't understand. Or, could you say that again?
Those two sentences, they can fix almost every misunderstanding at the airport.
Yes, because communication is not about perfect English, it's about trying.
Let's imagine another scenario. You're walking around the terminal, you're searching for gate 12, but you only see gate 28 and 29.
Been there.
So you stop someone and say, excuse me, I'm trying to find gate 12.
Beautiful. Using I'm trying to is so natural, so polite, so easy.
And if someone gives you directions but you're not confident, you can say, could you show me on the screen? Or could you point me in the right direction?
Very helpful phrases. And super learner-friendly.
One time I was looking for my gate and I saw a woman who looked just as confused as me. So she asked me, are you going to Paris too? And suddenly we were both laughing, checking the screen together and walking to the same gate.
That's the magic of airports. People are always moving, always searching, always asking. And sometimes making unexpected friends.
Yes, and this is what we want listeners to feel, that airports are not scary. They're full of people who are also learning, trying, and figuring things out. John, have you noticed when flights are delayed, everyone starts checking their phones, refreshing the screen, and hoping the time will magically change?
Oh, yes. And learners often panic because they don't know what to say. But it's actually simple. You just walk up to the counter and say, is my flight delayed? Or, do you know how long we're waiting?
Exactly. And if the delay is long, you can ask, are you giving vouchers? Or are passengers getting meals?
Perfect. Short, polite, no stress. Let's talk about seat changes. Sometimes you're sitting in the middle seat, you're hoping nobody takes the window, and then someone shows up.
Yes, and they're always so tall.
Right? So if a learner wants to ask for a seat change, they can say, is anyone sitting here? Or would it be possible to change seats?
Or the very friendly version, do you mind if I take the aisle seat?
Great one. Using do you mind makes everything sound polite and natural.
This one happens all the time. You're traveling, your phone is dying, and you're looking for a charger like it's treasure.
Oh, yes. So here are the magic phrases. Where can I charge my phone? Or, do you have a charging station? Or, is the Wi-Fi working right now?
Perfect. And if the Wi-Fi is not working, people usually say, it's loading, it's not connecting, it's not working for me.
Those everyday phrases help learners sound natural instantly.
Here's another situation. You're standing at the baggage carousel. The belt is moving. Everyone else is picking up their suitcases, and yours is nowhere.
That slow panic.
Yes. So you go to the luggage desk and say, my bag isn't coming. Or, I'm waiting for my luggage. Or, I think my suitcase is missing.
And the staff will often ask, what does your bag look like? So learners can answer using ing phrases. It's the black one with a red tag. Or, it's the small suitcase with wheels. Or, it's traveling without me.
That last one is too real.
Let's talk about shopping at the airport. You're walking past the duty-free store, you're thinking about chocolate, you're debating if you truly need perfume at 7 a.m.
Relatable. And learners can use simple phrases like, how much is this? Is this on sale? Can I pay with card? Do you have a smaller size?
And when you're looking for something specific, I'm looking for water. I'm trying to find sunscreen. I'm checking for souvenirs. Those ing sentences make everything sound smooth and natural.
Okay, imagine this. You're walking around the airport, you're carrying your backpack, and you're feeling a little lost.
Happens to everyone.
So you approach someone and say, excuse me, I'm trying to find Terminal C, or I'm looking for the shuttle, or I'm checking if I'm in the right place.
And most people will help. Airports make everyone a temporary team. We're all waiting, all moving, all trying to get somewhere.
Beautifully said.
I saw something sweet last month. A young traveler was standing near the gate, holding her passport, and she was clearly nervous.
I know that look.
An older woman walked over and said, "First flight?" The girl nodded. So the woman said, "Don't worry, I'm walking to the same gate. We're going together."
That's beautiful.
It is. And learners can say the same thing. "I'm walking to gate 32. You can join me." Or, "I'm going the same way."
Those small sentences make traveling easier and make English feel human.
Thank you for spending your time with us today. We hope this episode makes your next airport experience calmer, easier, and more confident.
If you enjoyed this lesson, please subscribe, leave a comment, and share this episode with someone who needs it.
Until next time, travel safely, speak bravely, and always speak from the heart.